Hey Pisces, welcome to your weekly forecast for June 13th through the 19th. We're setting the intention for the 7-day period of time. However, you might see this video a few weeks, months, years from now. It's all good. You're going to see it whenever it's time to see the messages. Keep in mind it's a general reading for the collective. Therefore, not every single message will resonate. Sometimes your moon sign or rising sign resonates more. Sometimes you just need a private reading. But take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So without further ado, my dears and my darlings, let's see what is coming up here for the Pisces collective. We're going to move you just a little bit closer. Oh. This tripod's been a little funky lately. All right, first card coming up for Pisces is the Queen of Wands. Who else did this come up for? This came up for Aquarius. Some of you could be dealing with an Aquarius because this card also came up for them. This could also be if you have an Aquarius placement, maybe you're focusing on those areas of your life. Now, traditionally speaking, however, this card, the Queen of Wands, can be representative of a fire sign person. So if you have fire sign placements, you may be focusing on those areas of your life. Some of you could be dealing with a fire sign person, an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. But if you're new to my channel, welcome. In the weekly forecasts, I like to focus on you and your journey and your development and how these cards are aspects of yourself and characteristics that you may be stepping into. Now, Pisces, you guys for a while back, like every single weekly forecast, had this theme about how you all were just getting fed up with putting up with a lot of stuff, or like, putting everybody else's needs ahead of yours, and there was like this feistiness for a while. Now, with the Queen of Wands, when the Queen of Wands comes up for me in a reading, first and foremost, Queen of Wands characteristics is someone who is the life of the party, very funny, charismatic, attractive, hot, all that good stuff. Comes up with creative solutions, very independent, entrepreneur kind of mentality and personality. So these are characteristics that some of you may be stepping into, or you may be encountering someone who has these characteristics. Now, for me in my readings, Queen of Wands comes up a lot when the person that I'm reading for is coming into a time where you start realizing how much the people around you are benefiting from having you around. You start to calculate it, and you start to realize and see how much you've benefited other people, or how, for some of you, it's like in a work situation, you're realizing how much money the companies you've worked for, or the services you've provided, you've realized how much they're profiting from you, but you may feel like you're getting peanuts in return. So you may be in a situation, whether it's financial or energetic, you're realizing I'm giving a lot, they're benefiting, and they're barely even giving me crumbs. And if you try to speak up, if you try to address it, they may kind of just stroke your ego and be like, oh, Pisces, oh, I really wish I could do more for you right now, but it just, it's such a terrible time and business has been so bad. And oh, but, oh, Pisces, oh, don't you ever leave me. I don't know what I would ever do without you. And they stroke your ego and stroke your ego. And you're like, look, stroking my ego is not gonna pay the bills. Stroking my ego is not going to resolve the issues that are coming up because of the situation. So you're just in this energy where you're done. You're fed up. You know what you bring to the table. You know what you deserve. And you're just in this mindset of where you're like, I'm not settling for less. Because the Queen of Wands is in such a confident state and so clear on what she deserves and so angry, right? There's like this righteous indignation. There's just this anger, like how insulting, how unacceptable, right? Because she's in this energy, she reaches for higher and she gets it very quickly. Okay, the Queen of Wands can come up a lot of the times in my readings when you're coming into what appears to people to be a sudden upgrade or a sudden glow up. The truth is, it's been building for a long time. You're just finally in the place where you're like, enough is enough, right? And you go for it and you get it. So a lot of you might be in this go-getter energy, this no nonsense energy. I'm tired of waiting, I know what I deserve kind of mindset. And so you may be kicking open some doors this week. You may be making some big things happening this week or in the coming weeks, because you're in this mindset of, I'm not settling. Why should I settle, right? I know who I am. I know what I have to offer. Some of you maybe are realizing you've been playing it small and you're like, I'm not doing that anymore. I do feel for some of you, though, Pisces, that when you do take this stand, it's not your first time. And in the past, your ego was stroked. And maybe just like for the sake of keeping peace or waiting a little bit longer, maybe you back down or you let it go. I feel this time you're not letting it go. Like you might even say, hey, look, we've talked about this before, right? Or this has been going on a long time. I feel for those of you who are in this situation, I hate to say it, but I feel like the person or employer or situation that you're dealing with, like they're going to start to use a different tactic, and they're going to try to start pointing out your flaws or your mistakes, or be like, well, here's why you can't get what you want. And maybe if you work harder, maybe if you try harder, maybe if you could be absolutely perfect, then I would agree to give you what you're asking me for. There may be this turning of tables on you, or this attitude of like, oh, well, now come on now, Pisces, don't get such a big head now, you're not so perfect as you think. Like they might kind of try to intimidate you, or like kind of silence you. However, with this Queen of Wands energy, I feel like you're so fed up and you're so very clear about who you are, and you have such a healthy confidence and self-esteem, and you have such a healthy awareness of who you are, that it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You might just be in the mindset where you're like, I'm not even going to say anything to this person anymore. All right, fine. It's clear. I'm done. And then you may go back 2 days later and be like, oh, I found another job. I wish I could give you my 2 weeks notice, but they need me to start right away. Bye. Like you might do something like that. Or you might walk away from a situation or collaboration. Do wait till you have the next thing set up, okay, before you do any mic drop moments. But I do feel like the next thing will be coming in fairly quickly for a lot of you. Next card coming up here for Pisces is the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this could be an earth sign person. Earth sign, and it could be sun, moon, or rising. Earth signs would be Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. If you have earth sign placements, there could be things that are shifting for you in those areas of your life. Some of you could be stepping into the characteristics of the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles. Having the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles coming in together in terms of characteristics you're stepping into, I love it. I love it. Because she's all hot and fiery, right? But she is very like, all right, logic, planning, right? Like, how are we going to make this work? There's like a realness, like a realistic quality to the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Wands is driven and fiery and passionate and creative, and the Queen of Pentacles is very practical and, okay, well, how can we go about this? How can we set this up to succeed? So these two energies coming together, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy, beautiful combination here for success. Queen of Pentacles oftentimes comes up for me in my readings to give you reassurance that you will have financial success. You will have abundance. Your hard work will pay off. And a lot of the time she comes up in my readings to give you confirmation that you're going to have some kind of upgrade in your living situation. Like your living situation, your living circumstance, your quality of life is going to improve. Sometimes she even comes in to give reassurance that you're going to acquire land or property, or like get yourself a house, or like this is going to happen for you. You're going to have this level of stability or security. Very importantly, however, the key to the success when she's around, for me in my readings, is that physical self-care is crucial for you right now. Making sure you're getting good quality sleep, making sure that you're getting good quality food, that you're eating healthy, but you're also eating healthy things that you enjoy, that you can sit down feeling like, oh man, that tasted so good. Oh, those colors were so nice to look at. Oh, those textures were so great. Like where you really feel like I really enjoyed that, right? If you despise broccoli, don't just go eating broccoli all the time because you're like, well, it's healthy, I need to be healthy. No, there's a ton of healthy things that aren't broccoli that you can enjoy. So treating yourself, basically in a nutshell, when the Queen of Pentacles is around, treating yourself in your home environment the way that you would a guest, right? If a guest came over your place, you're not going to like hand them a finger food or a hot dog or a sandwich and tell them to eat it over the trash can so they don't get crumbs anywhere, and then just go over to the couch and push all the crap that's on the couch, just push it on the floor, and then just have a seat and watch whatever you want. And if you want to knock out, if you're tired, just go ahead and knock out. You're not going to do that with a guest. At least not with a guest that you're trying to impress or that you want to stay around or you want to date. You're not going to treat somebody like that in that way. So treat yourself the way you would to an important guest or somebody that you want to have around, or that you want to like kind of show them, hey, I'm a fun person, I'm a cool person to be around. Treat yourself that way in your home environment. Give yourself a nice home environment. Clear away any clutter. um you know, treat yourself like a guest in your home. This will help you to realize and see how much abundance is already available to you, how much you deserve to receive. It opens you up to deserve even more, and it keeps you grounded in your body. We can't manifest if we're not in our body. So anything that you can do that makes it feel good to be in your body. We talked about good healthy food that you enjoy, maybe pajamas, bed sheets, lotions that feel good on the skin, you know, just anything that makes it feel good to be in your body, anything calming, anything soothing, anything that satisfies the senses and reminds you that you're a human being who deserves to be in this self-love, pampered energy. You know, give yourself that kind of treatment in your space. Next card that's coming up here for Pisces is the Hermit. This is a major arcana card. So major arcana cards are going to come up anytime that we're at a significant crossroads that is directly connected to things we came here to experience, to master, to accomplish. Now, this could be Virgo energy. Some of you could be dealing with a Virgo. If you have a Virgo placement, there could be big changes or shifts happening for you in those areas of your life or in those houses. It could also be somebody with a Virgo placement. Like maybe they're not a Virgo sun, but they might be a Virgo moon or rising or Venus. This could also be, because it is the Hermit, a spiritual awakening, spiritual teaching, whether you're stepping into your role as a spiritual teacher or you might be seeking out a new spiritual teacher. There could be a sense of learning here. There's also a sense for me sometimes when the Hermit comes up that you're dealing with a person or a situation that is holding up a mirror to you. And when we think about somebody holding up a mirror to us, those of us who are familiar with spiritual concepts and familiar with the idea of the whole kind of mirror thing, unfortunately, for some reason, we have it in our mind that it might be like in a negative way. That, oh, well, they're just holding up a mirror. You don't like that about them because that's how you are, or you have that inside of yourself. That's not always the case. Sometimes somebody's nastiness is holding up a mirror Not to say that we're nasty also, but holding up a mirror to say, hey, listen up. This is where you're hurt. This is where you have some wounds. And this person's nastiness is helping you to see where you still have some wounds that need a little bit of love and a little bit of attention and a little bit of healing. That's another aspect of the mirror. It's not always that, well, you see bad things because there's bad in you. Sometimes it just shows us where we're wounded. On a more positive note, right? You may see some really amazing things about somebody. Maybe for some of you, the hermit is someone that you've encountered. It doesn't have to be romantic, but someone that you've encountered that you feel very moved by this person, or you feel very inspired by this person, and you're looking at this person like, oh, but I could never be like that. And the mirror reminds you, this person is holding up a mirror to you. All of these things that you're seeing in this person that you're so in awe, all of that exists inside of you. You have those qualities. And you're longing to be those things because you already are those things, but you've been pushing it down and repressing it for so long. So, Pisces, a lot of you this week and in the coming weeks may be discovering aspects of yourself that you have been too afraid to let show, because you thought maybe people would see you as weird, or you thought that people would think, oh, well, that's not how I see you. I can't see you doing that. I can't picture you doing that. It doesn't matter if they can see you doing that. It doesn't matter if they can picture you doing that. You are who you say you are, not who other people decide for you to be. So there's this sense here, there's this element here of like seeing beauty, outside of yourself. And the lesson here is, Pisces, you have that in you too. It exists inside of you. Let it out. Let yourself be it. Okay? There could be some kind of a conversion happening for some of you, even if you're somebody that you consider yourself to be on a spiritual path, and where you might think that you have this very like open-mindedness about beliefs, or you're not like in a really religious or really strict or really uptight old-fashioned belief system or traditional church or organization. You may be like, you know what, this particular movement is not for me, right? Or this particular ideology no longer aligns with the person I'm ascending into being at this time. So even if you aren't someone who's like in a traditional organization or religion, or even political belief system, there may be some kind of a conversion, or there may be some kind of stepping away. If that is the case, I feel like you're taking on more the mindset of like no religion, but there's still spirituality. There's still God. Like the religion is inside of yourself, and the religion is the connection that you have with God, universe, higher power. And it's not something that has a leader between you and that God, universe, higher power, right? Like it's between you and your spiritual belief system or spiritual team. There's no earthly person or person that was human that is your gatekeeper to that connection. Okay, some of you may be looking at this mindset or in this way, but there could just be like this renewal of spiritual beliefs, or clearing or figuring out for yourself what your beliefs are. Next card coming up here is the Magician. Now we have major arcana cards coming in back to back. That's big changes in a short period of time. What's really interesting to me is you have Virgo very, very emphasized here. The Magician is both Gemini and Virgo. So there's this Virgo being emphasized here. If you have Virgo placements, there can be big changes for you happening in those areas of your life. Some of you could be dealing with someone who has a Virgo placement that might be helping you with some transitions at this time, some awakening, like specifically manifesting here, bringing things into reality. So this could even be somebody that maybe they're not even a spiritual person, but they may be kind of like a good like support here for you, or someone who's helping you to bring your ideas or your plans into physical fruition. Magician is very much a card about manifesting. As above, so below. You might be seeing a lot of repeating angel numbers or signs. This is your angels and guides letting you know that you're on the right track and to stay focused on the finish line. Keep your eyes on the prize because you're coming into a time of rapid manifestation. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Love readings for June are linked in the description of this video if you want to check those out next. Maybe you might want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign for the weekly forecasts if you haven't already. Those are linked in the description. And if you want to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description of the video that will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite. And you can schedule a private reading with me there. Every single day, I've been doing a card of the day daily message as well. Check that out if that's something you're into. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a fabulous week ahead, my darlings. Bye, Pisces.